Hey, it's Amanda with the PotTalk, and you're watching PotTalk with Chad Drew on WorldViral.tv.
What? Dude, what?
PotTalk.
You changed clothes since then.
I have them.
What?
PotTalk.
Amanda chilling, just like the video said. What? Chris likes his music. I love that one, dude. That's a good one.
It's a great one.
We
It's a
have
fun
that
one.
on the compilation album that we're about to drop next week. Make sure you tune in next week. Always excited. PotTalk, that's right. Chad Drew, Bartender Stars, CT back in the booth. We've obviously got Amanda from PotTalk that was in that video. She's changed clothes since then. And our friend Greg from, do you guys like Dragon Originals, or can I still call you HMI?
You sure can.
All right, cool.
HMI Dragon Originals.
So tell us about that. How are you, man? Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
HMI's been around since 2010.
Yep.
We are the original caviar makers. Dragon Caviar. You can
Yep.
find it in about 300 dispensaries in the state right now.
Love caviar, right?
Love it.
Love caviar.
Love that Dragon Caviar.
Couldn't quit it for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like over in the PotTalk studios, right? Caviar. It's got to be that. That was like the biggest thing back in the day,
Oh
too.
my gosh. I mean, I remember when I started bud tending, everybody was looking for it. We couldn't keep it on the shelves.
Well, that's the thing, because you can't get it on the street.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's the best of both worlds. It's concentrate and bud.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
If you don't know, they have a lot of different ones that are around. There's a lot of different companies, much more since 2011, 2010.
Absolutely. We were the only ones making it back then.
But the Colorado Harvest Company, we were talking in training, we always used to like, I was a medical patient back then, and I would come in and they would have what they would call is ambrosia.
Right.
But for them to continue doing that with all of the laws that have changed and tracking that has changed since then, companies like yours totally needed to come in.
Absolutely.
And make it so that, dude, if you haven't had caviar, moon rocks, any of the fun names, dude, it's a fun thing. It's a fun thing to have, especially if you're from out of state, because nobody knows what the hell it is.
You know, it's funny. We just started making a smaller caviar joint because we were told by some of our customers that the tourists come in and they can't finish the 1.5 gram before they go home.
Totally.
So, you know, give us a junior, and that's exactly what we're doing.
I think that one of the other things, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of them back in the day they would run a little bit too, and I think that I think HMI's done a really good job of kind of preventing the run.
You know, it's a really tough deal to make joints out of caviar.
Yeah.
And it's really taken us a few years to get that science down. And like we talked the other day, sometimes you still get one that just duds out.
Right.
You know, and if you ever get one of those, just bring it back. We'll replace it. Everything's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, I always like to just, it was such a, a great kick that I would just put a little bit of it with another joint, just kind of sprinkle it on there, roll it up myself. And that way it lasts longer.
Or top a bowl with it.
Oh, it's amazing.
I love topping a bowl with it because if you hit it the right way, if you are a pot snob and you hit it the right way, the oil actually usually drips down and makes whatever the hell that bud is underneath it way better. So if you had to get some Mexican dirt weed with some with like all the hippie grenades in it, dude, it was totally going to make that bowl better, dude.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So me and you were also talking about how it's a small company and not too many employees. The PotTalk is very similar. I actually went over there and toured, and it's amazing to see the production side of things when you're a small group. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we have like 15 employees, and we crank out a hell of a lot of product, and we have a good time doing it. And we put
Gotta have a good time.
Absolutely, that's the key.
And we put love into it. I mean, that's, you can taste it. You can taste the care and the love that our people put into our products because they believe in them, they have a good time making them, and they have a good time enjoying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for 15 people, we put out a lot of product, and we're a happy family.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's way cool. I know that there's been a lot of different changes within the pot industry in these last couple weeks. I don't know if you guys have heard, but I just got word that it's very likely that by the end of May, Denver counties are going to be open until at least 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's fucking crazy, right?
And also the social smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine business is probably going to evolve at that point. I know you guys both have to kind of deliver during the day, but how does that affect your side of the industry?
Well, I think how it'll affect us is volume. I mean, if you're open for 3 or 4 more hours, you're going to sell a lot more.
Gotta love that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I see, doing the pack out myself, I see that the people that are staying open later are the ones who are ordering a little bit more. They have the time to do it. And I think it's a fantastic idea. I know that they were pushing for midnight. I think 10 is a great compromise. It's going to open up more jobs for people. It's going to open up more cash flow throughout the city. I mean, there's no downside that I can see.
You guys obviously have some dispensaries in Aurora, like Colorado Harvest Company, and in Sheridan that are open, as well as you guys.
Until midnight, yeah. And Glendale is open until midnight as well.
I think it's going to be a massive change for Denver. Yeah. I think that it's definitely a gateway to be able to get the social club thing going on.
Yeah.
It's going to be more tax revenue for Denver.
Absolutely.
Which is totally important, right? Dude, I saw some stat this week. I shared it on the PotTalk. It was over 182 million, something like that was sold in February. Yeah.
God, new record, I think.
Wow. Crazy, dude, right?
Yeah.
I can only imagine, imagine rolling to South Broadway, because everybody goes to a kick-ass show like Marcy's Playground, Fuel, all these badass ones that are going to be coming through that you guys don't even know about yet, right? And it's 10 o'clock. You can hang out till 10. One of the most social things that I've ever had is knocking somebody from the out-of-state's ass like dick in the dirt. You dude, go get you a gram of caviar, bring it over to one of your friends, have a little puff, get you some sexy time, come over, hang out. You know what I mean? That sounds like a great party.
That's a good night, Chad. Chad Drew's a tour guide.
Yeah, dude. Love it, dude. I love it.
Even more tax revenue.
Right? So talk to us a little bit about the evolution of where you guys are going to in this next year, because I know that there was a couple of fun words that were thrown out a little bit, and I don't know if you want to talk about where HMI is going this next year.
Well, we have some new products coming out, which I can't talk about yet for competitive reasons. But we feel like we're on the cutting edge of some really cool things. The thing about HMI is we've never advertised. And, for 7 years we've been kicking ass with no marketing at all.
Gotta love it.
Out on the street, word of mouth, and getting it out. We just ran our first ad in Culture magazine.
Right.
Nice.
We were all looking at it today.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
giving high fives.
I like Culture, dude.
Absolutely.
Culture's cool, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they're quality.
So there's some marketing going on, and there's some other things. We're growing. We're not stagnant, but it's kind of a steady evolution.
Do you guys have future plans as far as other states?
Yes, we do. Nothing concrete, but
right.
It's formulating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why not? You have a good product, you have good people, take it on the road. It's
Absolutely.
just
it's blowing up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, Apothecana, I know that a lot of the folks from out of state that come in and ask for it specifically to relieve their pain and stuff like that. I know that taking care of things in other states is vital. And I know that there was some other states that possibly might have wanted to pop or are talking about popping in the coming weeks to play the game with us, to be able to make those relationships and be able to. You guys still got to represent Colorado, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
OG.
Yeah, that's right.
We have California and Oregon, too. Apothecana does. Yeah. But Colorado will always be, straight up where we started. We're still the biggest, supplier. And even with the other LPs, they're looking to us, and they're coming to us and seeing how we work and doing it.
That's great.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you guys take on the 420 and the evolution of the 420 holiday in Denver?
Well, I personally, I always loved 420. 420 was actually a bigger thing before legalization.
Totally.
Because it was, it was civil disobedience.
Right.
And it was a really cool thing. But the first couple of years, it was kind of had the same feel.
Right.
I think it's different now, and people are, it just doesn't have the same feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that people here in Denver are not as much about it. I think it's everybody coming into Denver to enjoy 420.
Yeah.
And I remember being from Indiana, 420 in college in Indiana was like the thing to do. You take off classes that day, you hang out with your friends, the ones who that smoke weed.
Right.
It was like, it was our holiday.
How many was that in Indiana?
I mean, for real, only a handful. And I was in Bloomington, the most liberal place of all. So,
That's why you headed west.
Right. Well, one of the reasons. Definitely a plus.
I know when I was in California and Arizona, you still definitely had to keep it on the DL. I mean, it was just starting. I remember 10, 15, 20 years ago, like 420s were just like so nobody even knew about it, you know, like you know what I mean? And I think that being a Denver kid, it's awesome to see the influx of the tourists and the fact that as a cannabis industry, we do get our day to celebrate, which is pretty awesome. But I do think that the sexiness has gone to maybe other states or just staying at home anymore, just like, you know.
I agree. I'm old enough to remember, you know, copping a lid at Wash Park in 1970. You know, so
you know when somebody says copping a lid, dude. Yeah,
I have seen the evolution.
That's so
and
awesome.
the revolution. Yeah. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, it's great. And that's how I got into the business. I worked in corporate America, and with the economic meltdown in 2009, I got laid off.
Right.
And so, you know, at that time I was 55. Nobody wants to hire an old guy.
Right.
Young people couldn't get a job, right?
Yeah.
So then I saw an ad on Craigslist said, you know, sell marijuana. I thought, well, shit, I did that in high school. I don't do this.
Some of us did. Yeah.
So you know, it's just exciting, and I feel blessed and to be in this industry.
I know that you said that you haven't been to Herman's in a long time, dude. What is it like to be able to talk weed and smoke weed? If you wanted to, you haven't partaken yet.
I haven't.
But
yet.
knowing that if you wanted to, you probably could, as opposed to those days.
It's awesome. You know what I think about is when I was in bands and in a green room waiting to go on. I mean, we had to go out to the van. Smoke. I mean, we couldn't do it in the club, and if we did, we usually got our ass chewed out and, you know, in trouble for it. So, no, this is great. And my wife and I walked in here tonight, and we both had like this deja vu walking in the front door. You know?
That's so crazy, dude.
Yeah.
He used to own X Saloon.
Oh, is that right?
He did.
Okay.
How long? 10 years?
No, from 97 to about 2002. And then I'd had enough of the bar business.
Yeah. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, that is crazy.
But you said your band has played here before.
No, we never played. You know, I played in mostly cover bands. And Herman's has always been pretty much an original venue.
We're going to have to get Greg over for Rockstar Tuesdays karaoke.
Yeah, some karaoke style.
Hell yeah, count me in.
Well, Greg, I'm totally happy that you came by. I'm very happy that I got a chance to be able to meet your wife finally, dude. You have an awesome family.
Thank you.
Keep kicking some ass in the industry. We totally appreciate what you're doing. For all you viewers out there, give them a little chance of where they can find you at.
You can find us online at dragonoriginals.com, and like I said, we're in multiple dispensaries, but I would recommend you come on over to Colorado Harvest and
these guys right here.
That's right.
Friday, come on by the Broadway location. I think it's going to be 30% off. Hell of a deal. Great way to be able to kick off your 420 weekend. We know there's a lot of events you're going to need caviar for. Come on by, Greg. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Right, got top 5 coming up next, right?
I think so. Yeah, you want to do top 5?
Top 5. Cool. See you in a couple seconds.
You want to hang out for top 5? We got no worries. Yeah.
That was good.
Hey, what's up? This is Spider from Powerman 5000, and you are watching World Viral TV.